Good evening, everybody. Jason with Learn to Survive. I have a lot, and I do mean a lot, to go over in this video. I'm sorry about the delay, but life gets in the way sometimes. And with YouTube's recent change in services that took effect today, really screwed up everything I have planned. There's a lot of subjects I cannot talk about now. Like, I cannot tell you about fish antibiotics and what you can use them for, because it would give me a strike and probably get my channel deleted. Another issue, anybody that has their channel set as not kid friendly or not targeted as kids, whatever it is on YouTube, YouTube is not going to be promoting our videos and our channels. And this creates a problem because I'm trying to reach as many people as I can. And I know all of you that watch my channel and watch my videos are coming here to learn and to gather information and grow yourself as a person. And there are many channels on YouTube that deal with survival and prepping and stuff like that. We all need to pull together. I've got viewers that some of you don't have. Some of you have viewers I don't have. And I don't want to ride anybody's coattails, but I think we need to take the time in every video that we do promote one channel that we subscribe to that deals with this topic. And I'm going to do that starting with this video. I'd like to give a shout out to GM Survival. If you do not have this young man on your notification list, I suggest to go check him out and watch his videos. Very knowledgeable young man, very smart, and has a lot to offer the community. Now, on to the main point of this video. There are some universal facts that preppers and most survivalists never think about. And today I'm going to list 5 and give you an explanation. Number 1, streams and lakes lead to civilization. This is a known fact. Where there is water, there is life. This can be good and this can be bad, depending on the situation you're in. If you're lost and looking to be rescued, following a stream or lake is your best bet of finding a village, a town, somebody in a boat out fishing, somebody swimming that can give you aid. If you're trying to evade and avoid people, this can be one of the easiest ways to get detected and found. Number 2, have lots of condoms and birth control. I know some of you are laughing about this. Let me explain and tell you a little story here. I was someplace in the 90s where there's a pretty major conflict going on. And one of my duties was to clear people out of buildings, get them out of the towns and villages, and get them to camps that Allied troops had set up. In clearing these buildings, the things that I saw, you don't know whether to laugh or cry. What do you think happens in a long-term grid down scenario? No electricity, no TV, no video games, no radio. If you have a radio, it's got batteries probably, and you're trying to conserve batteries and only use it when you really need it, maybe 15 minutes a day when you know there's going to be a news broadcast, unless you're lucky enough and have a hand crank or solar generated radio. People get bored, people resort to sex. I can tell you what I've personally seen in clearing these buildings were a lot of people getting it on, walking in on people getting it on. Men and women, women and women, men and men, and a few orgies. And of course, in all this, the birth rate there definitely went up over a time period that we were there. I can tell you there is a whole generation of kids where 80% of them either A, think someone else is their father, the person that's raising them, B, that their father is some unknown man in this town because women weren't and men weren't staying faithful to one another if they were couples, or the son of somebody that was in the Allied forces that were there to help. I have seen this personally. So it's one of those things. Definitely in a survival situation, you don't want to go having kids because it's going to, one, hinder your survival, and two, the chances of surviving childbirth are going to be extremely low. And I can also tell you in doing this, for every wounded we picked up and had to take to a field hospital or to a functioning hospital, we had to take 3 women in labor to the hospital. So this is not a joke, this is something serious. Number 3, you're not as ready and prepared as you think you are. I see a lot of videos on YouTube. The guys going out in the woods for a week, a month, and testing their survival gear and their survival knowledge. This is all good and fun. I like doing it. I'm sure they like doing it or they wouldn't be doing it. But even people that are highly trained, that have went through specialized training, that have ended up somewhere in some shit, knee deep in the mud and blood, don't come back the same. They have problems. They have nightmares that keep them up at night. There's a whole host of things that go along with this. There's no way you can fully prepare your mind. So avoid the Rambo types that think they can survive anything and that they're not going to have any ill effects from it, because those are some of the most dangerous people you could be around. 4, tobacco, coffee, tea, and alcohol will be worth their weight in gold. I know a lot of you are thinking, oh, well, ammo is going to be worth more. Yes, at a certain point, ammo will be worth more. But early on, these items can get you about anything you want. There again, back where I was, you would be surprised at what people would offer to trade the Allied forces for their coffee packet out of the MRE, for a cup of coffee, for a tea bag, for any alcohol we may have had, for our cigarettes. Those were the mains. Next came sugar. So early on, these are items that are going to be pretty easy to barter with. 5. Living in the wild is not as easy as you think. Living in the wild presents a whole host of dangers and presents a whole host of scenarios. You can't possibly train for every one. Everything from wild animals, dangerous animals, poisonous snakes, poisonous bugs, poisonous spiders, bug bites. There's a whole host of things that you can't train and prep for. The thing is, most people don't take the time to understand this. They don't take the time to read and gather the knowledge of these dangers that nobody's really thought about. Take, for example, living in Wyoming, where there's very harsh winters, and there's also grizzly bears, and brown bears, and black bears. In the winter, bears hibernate, but they don't actually sleep all winter like people think. They sleep for long periods of time, but they do go out and look for food. You can find an animal that has been taken down by a grizzly bear and partially ate, and there's still some good meat on it. Do you know that until that animal's picked clean, that bear is not going to wander far from that meal, and he's going to be close by. You start going poking a stick at it or fucking with it, good chance that bear's going to come after you and you're going to be dessert. With that being said, I'm going to end this video. And again, check out GM Survival and his YouTube channel. Very knowledgeable young man, great videos. His link will be in the descriptions. Until the next video, take care of yourself. Take care of one another. And I am going to try and start uploading a little more frequently. I'm also working on a book that'll be put out in PDF file, and I'm going to give it away when it's done to anybody that wants it, of a lot of knowledge that I have, a lot of knowledge and skills that I've gained through personal experiences, stories of survival, and maybe some general fuckery and some fun and stuff that you need to know, and hope it helps you all out. Until then, I'll talk to you later. Take care.